Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be coming to you guys with another video, and in today's video I'm gonna tell you guys all about how I got scammed. Yep, I fell for a scam, guys, and you know, it's a life learning lesson. I wish I would have been smarter than this, but nothing bad happened or anything like that. Like, I didn't get in trouble and like, okay, I'm just gonna tell you guys all the story, but don't worry, it's not like, you know, I didn't go to jail or anything like that or whatever. So this is kind of like a long story, so if you guys want to take, you know, a sip of tea or coffee or whatever and, you know, sit back and relax and listen to this. So anyways, it's basically a scam that happened to me about 2 months ago. So like in June is when it happened. What am I saying? 2 months? A month ago, last month, because we're still in July. Yeah, we're still in July. So anyways, this company, apparently, like, I applied for a job a while ago. I'm not sure when exactly it was, but I think it was like super while ago, because I got like a response from, I don't know, so some recruiter from careerbuilder.com, which is like where I applied the job at. So I'm not sure exactly when I actually like applied for this job, but apparently I did, and they ended up contacting me. Like, I don't know how they got my application after so long, but I know for sure it was like a while ago, like probably maybe last year or something like that. I don't know, whatever. Anywho, so basically, so where was I? So yeah, I get the response about probably a week or 2 weeks before I got the initial response from the hiring manager. Anyway, so in this recruitment, with this recruiter, the person tells me that they have this, that I applied for this job, if I'm still interested in the vacancy, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I said, of course, man, like, of course I'm interested. I'm looking for a job right now, yeah. So anyways, like, I wanted to do, since like the summer semester is almost over anyways, so I was gonna like wanting to work through the rest of the summer so that I have something to do and I just don't, like, you know, be lazy around or whatever. Anyways, so this job like was coming in handy, so I ended up and took the opportunity, and I said yes, you know, I'm interested in the vacancy, whatever. So about a week after that, I get this email from the hiring manager for this company called Logistics Star Inc. So you guys, I'm gonna show you guys what the email basically says. I already I have to search it. So this is the foolishness that I went through. So I put even like, you know, I highlighted it so that I know what's what or which came first. So this is the email that I first received, basically the job description and employment application. So it says the name there, blah blah blah. Really like kind of looking legitimate or whatever. They even have the phone number on there, but when you call it, nobody ever answers. Like, it just directly goes to like a beeping sound, like as if the number doesn't exist. So anyways, I went ahead and I you know, downloaded the application for I went on their website here and I did the application. I wrote how I heard about the vacancy and blah blah blah. So I went ahead and filled all this out. You know, it looks like a legitimate job application. The only thing is just they're not legitimate. Basically, that's exactly what that is. They're not legitimate. So anyways, I went ahead and I did what was asked of me, and then After that, I had to sign this agreement letter, which I downloaded, and I filled out all the stuff that was supposed to be filled out. And then I also, what is it called? Like, look at this forged signature. Like, what the heck? Like, that doesn't even look real. Anyways, whatever. I should have, like, sought out a lawyer or something like that and let him read the contract or whatever. But anyways, so this was the employment agreement or whatever, blah blah blah. I went ahead and signed it, and I emailed it back to him. So after I emailed the agreement, I had a couple of questions, as you guys can see, and he answered my questions. I don't know if I have the email on here with the questions. Yeah, basically, yeah, he did ended up answering my question by email as well. So anyways, here it says that my agreement was approved, and then after that was a verification of the employment, which basically already gave me, me being hired or whatever. So yeah, that was that. And then so I went ahead and I did all that, and then I went ahead and I did all that foolishness. After I did all that and signed the agreement and all that blah blah blah, whatever stuff that they were asking me for, after the signed agreement, they asked me to send in a copy of my driver's license or passport, and a bill with my name, with my current address on it, because the job basically entails, like, basically they ship out packages to your home, and you have to open them, do an inventory or whatever, inspect them, take pictures of them, of like the content that is in the package, and then they have a task panel that you have to log into online. You have to check it you have to check it twice a day to see, like, if there's any assignments there for you, like your job duties waiting for you, whatever. So in the task panel, after you take the pictures, you have to, like, write what their content entails and all that stuff, whatever. So I did that, and there was no interview conducted, no phone interview, no nothing. So after I sent out my copy of my ID and what is called the bill thing they were asking for with my address on it, I was hired just like that. So in the trial period, you do not get paid, and the trial period is basically for a month. So anyways, which was okay, whatever, it's cool with me. So then what happened after? So after I get hired, officially get hired, whatever, I received a phone call from my supposed supervisor, and it's a lady. She calls me on this, like, one number first, and we speak, whatever. She sounded a little off, like she sounded weird, like her accent. It wasn't really like an accent, it was more like as if, like, she was, I don't know, like, I don't know how to explain her voice. It sounded like as if she was, like, super old, and she didn't really, like, speak English that well. Like, it was kind of like, I don't know how to explain, but it was just odd. Like, I kind of figured, like, maybe this is probably, I don't know, this doesn't sound well, it doesn't sound right. Okay, whatever. So I just was like, okay, maybe she's just old and they hire any kind of people on there or whatever. She's been in the job for some time, I don't know, whatever the case is. I wasn't judging anymore at this point. So she tells me like what I have to do, whatever, blah blah blah. And so I get to start the job the next following day. So they sent me one package, and you know, I did what I had to do, open it, whatever, send pictures and do like the inventory of it, and ship it back out. First, when I received the package did not say my name on it. It didn't have like my name on the package. It had somebody else's name on the package and with my address, and yeah, that was it. And then after that, when I ship it out, some of them would say my name. It would say like it's shipping out from with my name and my address, and sometimes it would say like total different names, like different names and different addresses. Like, whoa, that was really weird. So anyways, but I didn't think more of it. I thought that, okay, this is just how the job is, and who am I to like start, you know, judging and, you know, whatever. So I just was like, okay, I guess that's the job. So I wasn't asking any questions. So okay, so it's okay. I mean, okay, then after that, like, you know, I started getting more and more packages after they saw that, you know, I can do the job or whatever. So I would get like probably maybe 3 or 4 packages in a day or something like that. And then the lady would, I mean, the supervisor would send me the shipping labels through that task panel, and I would print them out and then send the packages out with the same boxes, but you know, I would have to take the old labels out or whatever and then send it back. I mean, send it to the, you know, the destination it's supposed to go. So some of them were going to like different people, some of them were going to Amazon, and yeah, it was so weird. So okay, so when I received I mean, yeah, rewind back a little. So when I got the job or whatever, I mean, when they first contacted me, that HR manager, I went up and looked at the company at floridasunbiz.org. So I did that, and I typed in the name of the company to find out whether they're active, it's an active, you know, business, and if they had an EIN number, and yeah, and the employer ID number and all that stuff. So when I went to the website, the Sunbiz.org website, I found out that they were active, and it did not show the EIN number though, but I think it showed the what is it called, the Florida ID number, something like that. So I was like, okay, it was a little weird, but I guess it was legitimate because, you know, it's on sunbiz.org or whatever, and to show that it was active. So anyway, this is what like the job description says. If I read it to you guys are gonna be like, you know, I should have known better. This is what the job description says. Here it is. So let me open it up. Okay, here you have the company letterhead and all that, and then it has, you know, the company profile, the name, the state file ID number, and the tax ID EIN number. This EIN number doesn't exist. Like, it's really just foolishness. Anyway, so here it says we protect the interests of people who want to purchase goods in the USA and be confident that those goods will be delivered fast and without damage. What? Okay. We work with retailers all over the United States offering to take over the delivery of their goods to our clients. Really? Really, bro? Okay, so then here you have the responsibilities. And if you look up this address right here, it's actually a house. I'm not sure if it's this address or the address that's on the sunbiz.org website. It's somebody's house. It's not even like what is it called? You know, like a corporate or something like that, or like a business. It's just somebody's house. Anyways, and then here it has
the compensation, which here says that after the probationary period you get a base salary of $3,000. After, like, you just have to listen to the rest of the video to see what the foolishness that I'm talking about. And yeah, they did mistakes and stuff. I don't know what kind of job does mistakes when it comes to dealing with somebody's compensation and stuff like that. Anyway, so yeah, that's basically the job description. I just wanted to show you guys that.
First of all, why would a retailer, like let's say you purchase, a customer purchases items at, from Macy's or Nordstrom or Bed Bath & Beyond or Target or something like that, they purchase it online, and then another company, so weird, another company ends up shipping it to somebody who is gonna inspect the packages first before it is sent out. Isn't that not the job of what is it called, Macy's, or like whatever store that you purchase the goods from? Are they not the ones who are gonna inspect that and make sure that the goods are, correctly packaged and not damaging anything of that nature? Like, that really does not make any sense. When I think about it right now, it doesn't make sense. But when I don't think even like I even paid attention to that when I first received the email or whatever. Anyway, I kept going throughout with the job or whatever, and then around the time when it was about to make it a month, that's when I decided to tell some of my friends, my close friends, that I have a new job or whatever. So I told a friend of mine, a guy friend of mine, that yeah, I got this job offer or whatever, blah blah blah, and I started working there about a month ago or whatever. So anyways, then my friend asked me, what kind of job is it? So I tell him, and then he started asking me a bunch of questions like, what do you have to do there, and blah blah, basic questions or whatever. So but then I kind of started thinking like, first of all, like, he's really asking me all this question, which is kind of making me stop to like think, is this job really legitimate? Like, he was asking me questions that I wouldn't know. Like, for example, he asked me where do the packages come from, like who ships them? And I said, I don't know, like probably the supervisor or something, or I'm not sure who ships them. And then he asked me also like what did he say? He asked me where do they come, he asked me the names, like what kind of names come on the packages, whether it's like, is it addressed to me or is it addressed to other people. That it was kind of like a scam or whatever, but I didn't pick up on it. Anyway, so it was about after we stopped texting or whatever, that's when I kind of figured out, like, let me do a little more research on this job. So sorry, my lips are kind of dry. I decided to do a little more research on the job, so that's exactly what I did. That same day after I spoke to my friend about it, and so I went ahead and I googled, like, it was like late at night time, meaning like, couldn't sleep or whatever, so I decided, okay, let me just do this research. So I ended up googling, I think it was like the company's name, and then at the end of that I said scam. So as I did that, a whole bunch of like other scam, whatever, what is it called, scam website popped up with kind of like this same exact job description, just a different company's name but with the same job description. And then another thing is like the compensation part. At first it said that in the probationary period, which is the 1 month trial period, after that you receive $3,000. Yeah, it says you receive $3,000, and then after you're hired, you're like fully completely hired, after the probationary period, you receive what is it called, a compensation of $2,500, which will be split bi-weekly. So it will be a base salary of $1,250. Sorry, I keep looking outside, but my window is open so I can peep through and see people walking by, whatever. Anyways, so yeah, it said the base salary is gonna be $2,500 and it's gonna be split bi-weekly, $1,250. So, and then you would also get bonuses at the end of the month, depending if your work is efficient, and also if you you deliver the packages on time with no delays and blah blah blah. And you do not cause any kind of like delays or like interruptions or whatever the case is. So it said that, and then so then it says your bonus would be your base salary. So you would basically get $2,500 plus $2,500. So it would be $5,000 in total for that 1 month. First, like, what kind of job pays you that much to just open packages? Like, simple basic job to just open packages, take pictures, and write down like what kind of packages, what kind of contents it entailed. What kind of company does that and pays you like $2,500? Pays you just that much? Really? Like, that was kind of too good to be true. And then the working hours will basically depend on you. Like, it usually used to take me like an hour the most, to like maybe 45 minutes to an hour to get everything done, and then I'm done with working for that day. Like, it was really too good to be true to like fall for something like that, Anyway, so after doing my research, after I read all that, and it basically said the same exact job description that I was doing, the end of the 1 month probationary period, I ended up emailing that Brian person who sent me the hiring manager. Basically, I ended up emailing, asking him, so what are the steps after the probationary period? Like, when do I receive my compensation? And also, they also are paying with a check, like through a check or whatever. So that kind of like, alerted my antennas, because of previous scams that happened to me before that included checks or whatever. So I was kind of iffy about that, but oh well, whatever. I didn't even let it get to a point where I received the check. Like, I knew that after I read all that review stuff, I already knew that it was it was a scam. Anyways, so whatever, then after I asked the hiring manager about like the process that it was gonna take after the probationary period or whatever, blah blah blah, I never got a response from the hiring manager, but I got a response from the supervisor, because I also asked the supervisor as well through a text message. Like, everything was based on text messaging or emailing, and sometimes like maybe once or twice like a phone conversation or whatever with the supervisor. I never heard even I never like got a phone call from the hiring manager, like a phone interview or anything like that, whatever. Nothing, never happened. So anyways, so then after that, the supervisor tells me that after the probationary period, they're gonna go ahead and keep me and as a full-time whatever permanent employee of their company. And it also said like instructions of like the compensation and stuff. And this is the part that like really I was like, nah, this can't be happening. She said that after the probationary period, which was gonna be like the 30th of this month, I would receive compensation, which was $2,500 on the initial job description that I got. It said the probationary period compensation would be $3,000. So what kind of mistake did you guys do? Like, did you make a mistake on the job description when you guys wrote it? First of all, like, what kind of administrative what is called error is that? You guys should check your stuff or whatever before you make these kind of like promises to people, you know. So anyways, so then she tells me that it's $2,500 instead of $3,000. I didn't say anything, but in my mind I'm like, okay, it's kind of fishy. So then the second part, she says also, after you're while you're an employee now, like official employee, you would also be getting compensation of commissions, $20 commissions. That's when I knew this business is not what it is. Like, it is exactly the same exact job description that I saw as a scam on the internet. So at this point, I never texted her back at that point, and she had already sent me like new packages and all that stuff for me to like go ahead and do or whatever, blah blah blah, and also like shipping labels that she already also sent out so that I can go and ship them out as well, whatever, blah blah blah. So at this point, the next day, before that, she after she texts me all that stuff, all the nonsense, she tells me that, please go ahead and what is it called? I don't know. Wait, sorry, I forgot. After she told me all that foolishness, I texted her and I asked her, how come there was no interview conducted during this whole hiring process? And also, I think I asked her something else, I forgot. But that was the main thing that I asked her. How come there's no, job description? How come there's no interview conducted or whatever? And then I also asked her, okay, so how come on the Sundays.org website, it says that your company is inactive now? What happened? So I'm thinking like she's gonna respond back to me and tell me, answer my questions or whatever. But at this point, she tells me, she just writes down and says, she just texts me back and she says, oh, ma'am, yeah, she says,